All right. Okay. So let's bring up Nameless.
Hey, can you guys
Greetings.
hear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm in a bad spot. I'm out camping, and so I just like found this small place where I have some connection. So if it's coming out bad or it's kind of spotty on my end, hopefully you guys don't get too much feedback or whatever. But anyways, you have my game pulled up.
Sound clear to me.
Which one was yours?
I
Idle Battler.
Right on. Let's see. Can you give us an intro to this while I'm pulling it up?
yeah. All right, so Ideologue Battler takes political ideologies, puts them into metaphorical banners, and you pit them against each other. You are assigned a issue and then a side on that issue. Then you place down banners or these ideologues, and they will line up either for you, against you, or neutral, depending on the issue. The whole point of the game is to try to make it where your ideologues win the battle and to have a good long streak. The longer streak you get, you also get some bonuses, some like playable actions, like like a bomb and stuff, and you'll see. It's a pretty simple game. It's nothing too complicated.
All right. Here it's running. Share.
Sometimes those really simple games are the ones that do best in these game jams because of the they can appear more finished and polished. If you're trying to make GTA in 2 weeks, it's gonna look like wannabe GTA.
Oh, you're talking about last jam? We had
Yeah.
that GTA clone, but it was a very simple game of one, remember?
But they actually did a great job of it. Just didn't look it wasn't finished. But the other game, we had one last time that was like a mobile app game that was just phenomenal because it was like Jackbox, So simple, a game being simple won't have any effect on the amount of points that you get at the end.
Alright, okay, let's see here. So here is an issue. Increase access before increasing taxes. Right, how is this game played, Nameless?
Now you drag those banners onto the battlefield,
Okay,
and those
so-
banners represents different ideologues.
So you definitely want to go with the pride flag because they're going to want to increase the taxes, and probably communists, and probably black. How many do you pick? Oh, 4.
At least 4 from
At
what I
least
remember.
4. You can put all of them down if you want.
So we're gonna
Okay,
take.
I'd go with communists and Black Lives Matter. What's the furthest to the right? What is that one?
That's the Porcupine. That's the Libertarian Party. So they're gonna be against taxes. So we're gonna put them down. We're gonna put them here.
I'd go Black Lives Matter, right? You're trying to make it so the libertarians, you don't really want them on the match there. Everyone's gonna team up against the libertarians.
So LGBT is neutral on taxes, apparently. Communists
now you can
are
see
for.
why. You can look at why they are, if you're wondering.
You will own nothing and be happy. Nice. Okay. So why? Oh, okay. You had to write a book to explain why libertarians don't like taxes. You couldn't.
Yes.
You couldn't just meme on us with taxation is theft.
Yeah,
Advocate, but no, I get this. This is nice. They're advocate for voluntary exchange, where people are free to make their own choices about what to do with their lives, their time, their bodies, livelihood, and dollars, etc. If Americans prefer to spend money on other things, then they should be free to do that also. So you're giving an honest representation of their position on it.
That was also the attempt was to make it somewhat in the middle.
he made a lot of research for each faction and each position on it, if I remember right.
Yes, each issue, and there's like 8 different issues, and there are like 8 different factions, and so 8 times 8, that's how many paragraphs of different things I had to research. A lot of research and stuff had to go in there, a lot of interpretation and trying to be in the center on issues, and you know.
Cool. So then we
start
our battle. So what's this look like when we're starting this battle? We've got BLM and the communists in green, and then the libertarians are getting hammered in, and then you have the yellow.
So they'll fight on their own. And then on the right, you see that little world news thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's an ability you have. It's a stun ability, breaking. Well, you'll see.
All right, I win. So we go to the next battle.
So does the terrain matter at all, or
what's the X ability? Is that like a viral meme?
Yeah, you'll see what it is. It's a convincing X post. It just turns the guys for your cause wherever you place it.
Are we supposed to have another issue right now? Is it just a coincidence that it's the exact same one?
It's a coincidence. There's only so many. That's so bad that it happened to be the exact same thing. That's really lame.
The other unfortunate thing is I can't replace. Once I've placed a banner down, I can't replace it. So yeah. Anyway, we can start it. Communist Party.
Okay, we'll do it again. If you get it 3 times in a row, you're getting bad gameplay scores.
Oh my gosh.
They're about to get hammered. Republicans are. So
you can
let's
also increase the speed down the corner if you
news distraction.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
it blacks them out, and that's it. So we can speed it up. Oh, I won anyway. Okay, more foreign funding, maintaining military overseas. Your position on issue 4. Okay, so we have Republicans, Democrats, we have pro-Palestine, MAGA, Communist Party, and BLM. What do we think? Judges, what do we think we should do? We are for foreign funding and maintaining the military. Who do we want? Whose banner is going to carry for it?
Probably Democrats and Republicans both should go up.
Okay.
As well as I'd say probably communists. Maybe. The others I feel like would all be against. I feel like MAGA and Black Lives Matter and Palestine would all agree on that.
Okay,
which is so weird.
So we're going to use the Communist Party in here. And we're going to go with who else?
Let them fight MAGA, I guess. Again.
All right, let's throw MAGA in there.
Maybe MAGA. MAGA, but MAGA's going to be against it for sure.
So let's put MAGA up here on one of these.
What's the thing with the terrain again? Like, what happens?
Oh, no, thank you.
BLM maybe would be neutral. I think Sleepy's right on that.
I see
there's something going on with the terrain that you're not telling us. Can you explain?
Yeah, so when you're placing things down, there are these little numbers and letters that they say like P, like power times 2 or times 3. They give them more power to play if you place them down. But there's also the shrubbery that's there that slows down your ideologues and their units and stuff. So you want to be careful where you place them, because like if you want your ideologues to swarm this one ideologue, but you put them behind a bunch of shrubs, it's going to take a minute for them to actually get there.
I see. So I get the theme now. This unlikely allies is things like Republicans and Democrats both supporting the foreign funding and maintaining military, and then you have the communists just like, yeah, we don't care. We're gonna watch you guys just destroy each other. Look at that.
Yeah, don't forget you can speed it up too.
Yeah.
If you need to.
Well, I'm gonna
I would definitely. I would definitely like to see kind of earlier how you had the 2 issues come up at the same or back to back. I would like to see a sort of backing out of the battles, sort of like a map of like one issue to the next issue to the next issue, and you could have multiple routes to get to the same objective, kind of like how you see in damn, what's that mini game?
Play the Spire.
Crasher. Crasher was just here.
Slay the
For
Spire.
streamers play it a lot. It's like Stream Raiders, and so you get into the battle and you have the little figures and they fight and they douche it out or whatever fucking, and then they come like out of the battle view, and then they're in sort of like this map, kind of like in the old Mario games, so you could go different routes and you could basically pick which issue you want to take on. If the road splits, and you could take on like, you know, high taxes, or if you want to take on whatever, kind of do it that way.
So increasing taxes, we're against increasing taxes. I'm pretty sure
like
the
you got
Palestine. I'm pretty sure the Palestine and the LGBT are neutral on those, whereas Republicans.
It got increasing taxes now 3 times in the matter of 4 games.
But this time we're against
Which is-
it, and
which
there's
is, of
only
course-
one party down here that's obviously against taxes. So we have to know which ones of these are going to be. We have to use 4. So this is at least 3 on 1. So now here's where the
Can you
strategy
add-
comes in.
Can you add a 5th?
No, maybe.
Yes, you can.
Can we?
Okay.
Okay. So do you think the
Throw them
Democrats?
all
Can
on
add-
there.
You can add in
Everybody? You want everybody in here?
Get
All
them
right.
all in there.
All right, we're gonna space them out, and we're gonna let these Republicans see if they can actually figure it
Let
out.
God sort them out.
Against neutral, 4 and 4. Let's go.
Oh, so it's everyone against Republicans.
So we're gonna
Oh,
let
I
the.
see. So increase you're increasing taxes, but now you're against.
So I'm gonna
it,
bomb them
whereas
and let these
before you
guys
were
get
for.
distracted for a minute while the Republicans take on the communists. But what's gonna happen here is they're gonna get
Good.
slowed up.
Oh, okay. So he killed them off. That's cool. Do they get new units, or how does it work?
No, and I don't have
They
a high enough
continuously
streak.
spawn new units.
Yeah, but they're not gonna make it.
Yeah, it's not looking good. You can speed it up.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going
Just get it over
with.
Oh, unlimited abortion rights. Oh no. Okay, so I think we get the gist of it at this
No,
point.
let's
Yeah.
do this one, dude. Please.
Let's do this one.
Okay, do we just want
Let's do
to?
this last one.
All right, so we
All
know.
right, BLM is for it. BLM is absolutely for it. Fucking Palestine's for it. Democrats for it.
I
Communists.
know Palestine is not for unlimited abortion rights.
Well, we're gonna
You're
find
probably-
out.
yeah,
We're
you're
just
probably
gonna
right.
we're gonna lay them up all the way around.
Just put everyone.
We're gonna find
Just,
out who comes out on top.
I want to
Libertarians? No. Are they? Actually, I don't
Let's
know
see.
on that one.
BLM is for it. Palestine's against it
Against-
because
Why?
Islam.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
Traditional, technically a traditional. I'm gonna turn the music down. I like the fact that there's chiptune, but it's all covers.
Yeah.
Democrats are for it. Communists are for it. Republicans are against it. Libertarians are neutral. Imagine that. Anyway, let's go. Start this battle. And we'll speed it up.
Did they just team up and kill off the
Dude.
Palestinians?
He did.
Okay, you want to have some closing remarks, Nameless? Are you good?
Yeah, I'll say so that X post there, like I said, what it would have done is it would have, where you placed it, it would have made like a bomb effect, and units inside that area would have been turned green for good, and then done whatever. The bomb just kills everything in the zone, so it would have killed friendlies and enemies and stuff. But that if you even
False
click
flag.
on them, you can click on them right now, and it'll tell you how many you need to get to to unlock it, or maybe you have to go into battle and then.
Yeah, you actually have
So
to be
but
in
anyways,
battle
this is
for it.
sort of like they're getting propagandized, and like, could you do like an X attack over a neutral flag and get green units coming out?
No, but I did consider that, but because they were so neutral, I decided to just keep it where they were neutral. But yeah, that's a good idea though.
Yeah, one of the things for this, I would have definitely liked to have seen more factions, but that of course requires more research. Totally get that. Gameplay, I'm gonna give you a 7. I think it's actually very interesting. I think that's it's simple, yeah, but with the 2 weeks, like I think it is interesting, and you could, as the I like that you were building up to streaks. That's really cool, and you could see that moving into a map, which that's out of the game now, but I do see potential there. Theme, 10 out of 10, absolutely 10 out of 10 on the theme, because
What was innovation? Sorry, what did you give for innovation?
For the originality.
Originality. Let's go with
Okay.
let's go with
From now on, we go gameplay, originality, theme. Okay.
All right, sure, yeah, okay. So gameplay. What did I say? A 7?
7.
I'm gonna go with originality was good too. I'd give you another 7 and a 10 on theme, because you nailed it with the theme. This is a great game that can teach people who don't understand politics. It gives them an understanding of where factions stand on, like, if you were able to get more information and more factions and put several months into a game like this and expand it, you would help people understand why do vegans agree with communists on this. You've got that this whole thing of people trying to get into politics. It takes them years to understand the political landscape of which faction agrees with what, and even this game, I was like, I didn't know where the libertarians stood on abortion. That was actually something that, you could see someone who is a total NPC actually learning a shit ton from a game like this. I really, really like that. So props to you. This is really great game. Gameplay could maybe be a little more interesting, but you could see that happening with better upgrades as you build it up to it and whatnot. So yeah, those are my scores. Well done.
All right. So, I understand. I am just the host, but I'm gonna still give my. From now on, I'm just gonna give some of my own opinions.
You want to score from me?
Absolutely. Instead of doing those election quiz, what is it called? What you do before an election when you don't know what to vote for in America?
Yeah.
Those political surveys where it puts you on the compass.
Yes, instead of that, I would like to see this to be an election compass in the future. Other than that, I didn't like the graphics, but the gameplay, originality, and theme, I thought you hit it pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I gave your gameplay solid 7 just because
Who's first?
you
Summit, Toons, Scrap.
Okay. All right. I'll jump in then.
My bad.
Sorry, dude, but let's keep it consistent then. I have all mine jotted down, dude. So you don't have. If I don't name them in order, I will repeat at the end. But stream of consciousness here. The game is great in many ways. Graphics, when it comes to creativity and originality, graphics is holding it back. I think if it got a reskin where you took and just gave it an overhaul on the graphics side, you would have something really amazing. But just the originality of this as a thing puts it above average. So I've given it a 6 on that one. When it comes to the theme, this one knocks it out of the park. I can't imagine it hitting it the mark better but maybe I'm not very imaginative, so I've given it a 9 in case that there is a possibility to do it even better than that. But it's really, really good. On the gameplay side, it's very solid. It has good mechanics. You have good ideas with some minor issues that are fairly simple to iron out. So I've given it a 7 there. So that's a creativity on 6, a adherence to theme at 9, and a gameplay at 7. Really well done, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Let's go, Scrap.
I put a 7 on the gameplay because it's engaging with the content. If you're somebody who's trying to learn in this, or you're in, especially because we're all kind of politicos here, it speaks to the crowd, to the choir a little bit on that. The gameplay, all the little bits and pieces we could nitpick about. Okay, it's tower if I had to judge it as a tower defense game, it would probably be a lower score. But because it's because of the little things, like I don't really understand what's going on with what's on the battlefield. But the fact that all of these guys you don't really know which one is going to pair up against the other right away. That right there makes the gameplay a little more. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? It's more about what is going to happen versus, I'm going to make something happen. And so you start to learn how they are. I think if I spent more time with it, I would get more nitpicky with it. So I'm not. 7 on that. Originality, because it's an 8 on that, because not many times do you see something educational that's engaging. So you managed to do an educational game that reminds me of like when I had a Windows PC, things were in DOS, and you had the game come up, and there was all kinds of like where I'm in the school lab or something. There's educational games. Sometimes they're cheesy or whatever, but they do the job, right? So it has that without making me feel like, oh, I got to go to the lab and do this dumb game now, right? So originality,
Trail.
right? Well, that's a whole other ball game. But this game doing that, or the original, like bringing in the politics in a way that's like, haha, let me see these little flags go across the field and send troops after each other. I don't know why it seems so. It's just not. I haven't seen something in that kind of feel. But the theme was there. I knocked it to a 9 from a 10, though. Only reason I did was because it's something you, like I was saying before, like you expect to be on one path doing one thing, and then all of a sudden you get this curveball. Whereas with the politics, it's like that in this setup there's going to be some kind of thing there. There's a little bit of that is. I'm kind of backtracking a little bit on what I said in the gameplay, but it's not as much of an unlikely allyship as would like be, okay, it's hidden from me intentionally in an original storyline. Instead, it's just a part of the learning experience. So the theme is there, and it's solid, and it's fun, but it gets a 9 just because it's not like some other, kind of game story deal where you had to write it in, right? But you brought it there, and it's there, so you get it. So
can I just ask? We did see some repeats on the issue. How many issues did you have? And also, were there factions that we were also seeing repeats of? And did you have more factions?
So I had a total of 8 different factions, and then I ended up having a total of 8 different issues. That really sucks that tax issue came up 3 freaking times. I should have added some kind of thing to make it cycle through them versus actually picking random.
That's kind of what I was talking about with the map. Is if you could go from, okay, you're going to choose the abortion battle rather than the taxing battle, and then there's a map that gets you through all the issues in a manner that makes more sense. Of course, you could expand and you could have 100 issues, and you could probably have way more factions as well, randomizing them as you go through. I also would have liked to see some more interaction with the little soldiers when it comes to what was available on the map other than just the bushes. Like you can imagine there being like a pickup that is like a little X symbol which represent a viral tweet which gives them like a 10% power buff or something like that. Like I think the map was a little dull That like there really wasn't much to, you know, I get the bushes kind of slowing them down, but really it doesn't really change anything. Yeah, but I could definitely see you expanding on this game way further, and it would be an excellent game to show people, you know, where things like the. I do like that, even though it was annoying that the tax issue came up 3 times, it was very interesting that you had MAGA disagreeing with Republicans who agreed with Democrats, and so that you nailed that theme. Because if you were to say, hey, give me a topic where MAGA and Republicans would disagree and agree with Democrats, that would actually kind of be a little bit of a mind fuck. You'd be like, what are you talking about? So this game, you know, you did a great job with that. It's just, if only you had more time and more information. The power-ups were very cool. You could probably do 10 more power-ups, but you know, like, it's just all you fit it into the game jam in a way where it did. I don't want to say it felt like a finished game, but it felt like you refined it really well for the 2 weeks that you had. I think you did a great job. Didn't feel unfinished.